Aviation industry is the business sector that manufactures, maintains, and operates the aircrafts and the airports. When it comes to aviation, there is a broad range of responsibilities within. It comprises activities at the airport as well as in the aircraft. It involves ground duties that are required to perform before the flight takes off, the activities during the flight, and the activities after it lands. What is aviation? The term aviation was coined by a French pioneer named Guillaume-Joseph Gabriel de Lalande in 1863. It originates from the Latin word avis that literally means bird. Aviation means all the activities related to flying the aircraft. What is aviation management? Aviation management involves managing the workflow of airline, airport, or other businesses pertaining to aviation or aerospace industry by carrying out the day-to-day operations of an airport or an airline. The Ministry of Civil Aviation of Government of India is responsible to formulate policies and programs to develop and regulate civil aviation, and to implement the schemes for expanding civil air transport. It also oversees airport facilities, air traffic services, and air carriage of passengers and goods. An Indian regulatory body for civil aviation named the Directorate General of Civil Aviation is under the MoTA. This directorate investigates aviation accidents and incidents. Important factors driving civil aviation. The following are some most important factors that drive civil aviation. The low-cost carriers, modern airports, emphasis on regional connectivity, foreign direct investment in domestic airlines, advanced information technology interventions. In May 2016, domestic air passenger traffic rose 21.63% from 7.13 million to 8.67 million as compared to the traffic in May 2015. In March 2016, total number of flights at all Indian airports are recorded as 160,830, which is 14.9% higher than the flights of March 2015. According to the reports of the Center for Asia-Pacific Aviation, CAPA, by FY 2017, Indian domestic air traffic is expected to cross 100 million passengers compared to 81 million passengers in 2015. According to CRISIL's reports, the airlines of India are expected to record a collective profit of 8,100 Indian rupees crore, $1.29 billion in year 2016. Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, HAL, a government-owned corporation based at Bangalore, Karnataka, is an Indian giant that is governed by Ministry of Defence, MOD. It is involved in manufacturing and assembly of aircraft, navigation, and allied communication equipment. It also governs airports operations. HAL works in collaboration with numerous international aerospace agencies such as Airbus, Boeing, Sukhoi Aviation Corporation, Israel Aircraft Industries, RSK MiG, Rolls-Royce, Dassault Aviation, Indian Aeronautical Development Agency, and the Indian Space Research Organisation, ISRO. Aviation is a field that undergoes frequent changes. This industry works 24/7, hence, there is a change in manpower, resources, and the aircrafts too. The information technology is playing an instrumental role in the success of aviation. Right from the simulation software the trainee pilots use, here are some of the various software used by the staff of the aviation industry. Aircraft maintenance software that keeps tracks of on-the-floor activities of maintenance. Fuel management software that optimizes fuel procurement and reacts to the fluctuations in fuel price. Network and route performance management software that anticipates profitable air routes and enables quick decision-making. Catering procurement software that helps to carry out the entire procure-to-pay procedure seamlessly. Catering production software that emphasizes minimum waste and maximum customer satisfaction. Flight Information Display System (FIDS) at the airports works round the clock in real time to display the detailed flight status such that the travelers can get to know the latest information from any corner of the airport as well as on the internet. Departure Control System (DCS) works in conjunction with the reservation system to keep the track of check-in travelers and issues boarding passes. There are numerous mobile apps the customers use for checking flight times, booking flights, redeeming points against fare, and mobile checking in. Thus, IT plays an important role in ensuring the smooth functioning of aviation operations. Aircraft maintenance software that keeps tracks of on-the-floor activities of maintenance. Fuel management software that optimizes fuel procurement and reacts to the fluctuations in fuel price. Network and route performance management software that anticipates profitable air routes and enables quick decision-making. Catering procurement software that helps to carry out the entire procure-to-pay procedure seamlessly. Departure Control System (DCS) works in conjunction with the reservation system to keep the track of check-in travelers and issues boarding passes. There are numerous mobile apps the customers use for checking flight times, booking flights, redeeming points against fare, and mobile checking in. Thus, IT plays an important role in ensuring the smooth functioning of aviation operations. Departure Control System (DCS) works in conjunction with the reservation system to keep the track of check-in travelers and issues boarding passes. There are numerous mobile apps the customers use for checking flight times, booking flights, redeeming points against fare, and mobile checking in. Thus, IT plays an important role in ensuring the smooth functioning of aviation operations. Airline includes its equipment, routes, operating personnel, and their management. Airline provides a regular service of air transport on various routes. It is responsible for booking the tickets for the prospective passengers, taking care of the passengers and their luggage during transit, and transporting them safely to their destination. As the types of duties required to be done are multifold, the airline business is always working round the clock. An organization that owns and operates many aircrafts, which are used for carrying passengers and cargo to different places. Airline, as any other business, calls for teamwork from its personnel. As we see in the diagram given below, there are various responsibilities the airline staff needs to carry out, and the structure is indeed like that of a big elephant. Cockpit positions in flight. The personnel working in the cockpit or flight deck are pilot, the highest ranking member of the aircrew, designated as pilot in command. First officer, he is a pilot who is not the chief pilot. Second officer, he works as a relief pilot and also performs selective duties. Flight engineer, he is responsible for flight systems and fuel. Today, the position is diminished and his position is typically crewed by a dual licensed pilot and flight engineer. Airborne sensor operator, he gathers information from airborne platforms. Today, the duties of the flight navigator and the radio operator are performed by captain or crew of the flight under dual licensing due to the aid of modern age navigation and radio systems. Cabin positions in flight. The personnel working in the cabin are in-flight service manager. This manager is a team lead of the rest of the cabin crew. Flight attendant, They are responsible for assisting the passengers and their safety. Flight medic, a paramedic officer employed on flying ambulance. Load master, for cargo aircrafts. He is responsible to load the goods and check the weight and balance before and after the loading. The Airport Authority of India, AAI, is a public authority that provides air navigation service, ANS, at the airports. It works under the Ministry of Civil Aviation, MoCA, to build, upgrade, maintain, and manage civil aviation infrastructure in India. The Indian government formed this organization in April 1995 by merging two organizations, one, International Airports Authority of India, AAI, that was founded in 1972 to manage the nation's international airports, and two, the National Airports Authority, NA, that was formed in 1986 to look after domestic airports. The major roles of AAI include to provide communication, navigation, and surveillance systems, CNS, to provide air traffic management, ATM, service in Indian airspace and adjoining oceans, to manage all the Indian airports, to ensure the safety of the airports and aircrafts, to provide calibration of navigational aids in the flights of Indian Air Force, Indian Navy, Indian Coast Guard, and private airfields in India, to provide passenger facilities and information system at the passenger terminals at airports, to market their service. The airlines works on understanding their customers' psyche, demographics and needs. Airline customer segmentation. Old travelers, they are aged customers probably retired and go on holidays frequently. Business travelers, they are frequent flyers and form a large segment. Budget-conscious travelers, they look for the most inexpensive airline without knowing much about the different airline services. Loyal travelers, they travel frequently, and as they travel frequently with the same airline, the airline offers some benefits to them and also the miles. Urgent travelers, they share a small market segment and do not fly frequently. They fly only for unexpected courses. According to AI, the airports are divided into the following types. International hubs, these airports have world-class facilities. They include convenient connections for international and domestic passengers, ancillary facilities such as hotels, shopping areas, conferencing and entertainment facilities, and aircraft maintenance spaces. At present, there are international hubs at Delhi and Mumbai. Regional hubs, they operate regional airlines using small aircrafts to provide air connection in the interiors of the country. Regional hubs act as operational bases for regional airlines. They are capable of handling limited international traffic. Individual airports, their status is reviewed at intervals of 5 years. Here is a list of some common operations that are carried out in an airport. Airport security operations. They are related to handling all security-related activities. Airport police and security staff work to avoid any mishap at the airport. Airport maintenance operations. They involve fixing or maintaining airport infrastructure, facilities, and equipment. It involves renewing or repairing any part of the infrastructure and repairing any automatic equipment used at the airport. Airport public relations. These operations are about community affair, commercial handling and development operations. They are related to managing property licensing, leases, and other issues. Aircraft rescue operations. They are aircraft, airport accidents related operations. Firefighting operations. They involve handling the accidents taken place due to fire. Airside area, it is the area beyond landside area inside the airport. It includes runways, taxiways, and ramps. Ramp, also called apron, this area is used for parking the aircrafts. It can be accessed for boarding and alighting the aircraft. The airline staff or ground duty staff can access this area. Taxiway, it is a path on the airport that connects the ramp to the runway. Runway, an area where aircraft takes off and lands. It is made of soft grass, asphalt, or concrete. It has white markings, which help the pilot during takeoff and landing. It also has lamps on the sides to guide the pilot during night. The vehicles other than the aircrafts are strictly prohibited to enter this area of the airport. Landside area, it is the area in the airport terminal and the area towards city. It has access to the city roads and it contains parking area as well as public transport area. Terminal, it is a part of airport building that where travelers come to board their flight or arrive from a flight. There are security checking, baggage checking, amenities, and waiting areas at the terminal. Car parking, this area is outside but adjacent to the terminal where vehicles can be parked on chargeable basis. Most of the airports around the world are owned by local, regional, or national government bodies. According to the Aircraft Rules, 1937, the airports other than government airports are permitted to be owned by Indian citizens, or Indian companies or corporations registered and having their principal place of business as India. In India, some airports are owned by the state governments, private companies, or even individual citizens. The following criteria need to be considered while planning and designing a terminal: passenger flow and traffic peaking, minimum walking distance, level of service for passengers and sophistication, performance standards, area for retailers, duty-free shops, food joints, and sparse area for facility points such as restrooms, ATM machines, and kiosks. Easy access to retail area and facility points, compatibility of facilities with aircraft characteristics, ability to handle changes in technology and automation, expandability for future growth, area and processing time for checking in, immigration, customs clearance, baggage security screening, and baggage delivery.